Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how I structure my lower body strength and conditioning for judo. But first of all, who am I and why should you listen to me? My name is Stanislav. I'm a physical therapist and also a judo black belt. I practice the sport for 17 plus years. And today, I'm going to talk to you about how I structure my lower body day for judo. I don't really do that much exercises. I have a very minimalistic approach since I don't have that much time to train, since I'm also a physical therapist and I work around 40 plus hours a week. So my training is around an hour and a half. And I usually start that with some Olympic lifts or either plyometrics. Olympic lifts, since it's a power movement, since it's very explosive, you don't need to have that much volume to it. Otherwise, you will just increase fatigue and don't really have the adaptation that you need in order to have explosive throws. So I usually do hang snatch or hang cleans, and I do that for sets of 3 to 4 sets of 2 to 3 reps, something like that. Very explosive, very high intent. And then I will go into my squatting exercise. I usually do back squats because I really enjoy back squats, but you can do Zercher squats, front squats, goblet squats. If you're a beginner, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you have the squat pattern assessed. I usually like to do 2 to 3 sets in a range from 4 to 8 rep range, and I usually progress that by adding load week to week. If I cannot add load, I usually add reps. So if the first week I was able to perform, let's say 4 reps with 120 kilos, the next week I will do 125, or if I cannot do 125, I will do 5 reps with 120. So I keep the same weight, but I do more reps with the same weight. And once I've reached the ceiling of the rep range that I've chosen, so around 8 to 9 reps every set, I will go down to 4 reps and then increase the weight, and so on, so on. You don't really need that much complex periodization, or you don't really need to think yourself that much into strength training. Okay, that's a mistake that I've personally made and I want you to avoid. Just lift hard, increase the weight a little bit every week, and you will be sorted. After I've done my squats, I proceed to train my posterior chain, which for judo is essential if you need for your kutsushi, for also resiliency of the back. In general, you will be able to withstand much higher forces and you will be less likely to injure yourself. So I usually like to do RDLs. You can also do deadlifts. You can do good mornings, whatever hinge variation you can do with your injury history, with your body type, because that also matters in exercise selection. And I like to do that in the same way that I've done my squats. So 2 to 3 sets, 4 to 8 rep range, and I add a little bit of weight or reps every week. And in the end, I sometimes do some isolation work to increase the resiliency in the zones of the body that are more prone to injury. So I would do, for example, some calf raises, some additional isolated work on the knees. So, for example, I will add some how it is called. Oh Jesus, I've slept 4 hours, so I'm not really concentrated of what I'm saying. Also, English is not my first language, so it's become extra hard. Leg extensions and leg curls to add some more stimulus to your knees. I would do that in a rep range a little bit higher, so 8 to 12 to increase the hypertrophy in the knees, but you can also do lower rep range like 6 to 8, depends on your personal choices. And you can add some cardio at the end, but usually I put my cardio in my upper body workout. So this is what I usually do for judo. You can see it's very simple. It's not that much fancy. As if you also look at how the pros are training, so Shohei Ono, you see Maruyama, or the Georgian national team, there are a lot of clips of them doing very basic stuff. Deadlifts, they're doing cleans, they're doing snatches, they're also doing some machine work, okay? Because there is nothing really fancy about strength and conditioning for grappling sports. You just need to increase your basic physical qualities like strength, aerobic power, and velocity in order to transfer that into the mat. So this was how I structure my lower body day. I hope that this was useful for you, that give you some insights about how to manage your own training. If you need some help about how to structure your own training, or if you have any issues on rehab or judo training, on how to manage your training structure in general, you can book a one-on-one free call with me when we can assess your problem and see if I can help. Thank you for watching, and aim upward as always.